So, I got lost my notes. So when are you shipping out?
I leave August 5th.
August 5th?
For Fort Benning, Georgia.
Cool. So what do you think your chances of getting to Iraq are?
I don't know about Iraq, but Syria, Africa is looking pretty good.
You think we'll be in Syria next?
Well, Syria makes the most sense because there's no mountain chain separating it from Iraq, so you can just kind of roll right in.
Like
Whereas
totally
Iran,
flat border. Huh? Just roll right
yeah,
across
basically
it.
it's Iraq, desert, Syria, so it's like flat terrain. Well, no, I don't know about flat terrain, but it's just no mountains in between. Whereas like if you wanted to go for Iran from Iraq, there's that giant mountain border.
But what would you want in Iraq? I mean,
In Syria.
I mean, you know,
There's no oil in Syria.
Whatever Bush
Isn't there?
wants.
There's no oil in Syria.
I thought they all had oil.
No, not Syria.
The terrorists in Syria are probably safe.
I thought they were in Pakistan.
Yeah, but
The word is
geopolitical
that's
thing,
what
I
Bin
don't know.
Laden is, if he's alive. But you know that first tape that the White House was saying was a valid tape that Al Jazeera was running? I read a report that the Swiss expert says you can't actually say for certain if that is somebody's voice or not. The technology does not exist. And now it's interesting to note that they are also saying that the new Saddam Hussein tape is probably genuine, unquote, CIA. And I'm pretty sure I
They did such a
remember
great
reading.
job.
Well, if you had someone whose voice was very similar, in other words, it would be very difficult to tell. Especially if the recording quality is very poor, which apparently these are. So, I mean, you know, these look like more forgeries to me.
I don't know. The CIA's kind of dropped the ball a lot recently, it seems.
Well,
And their excuse is they underfunding, but you know,
underfunding? Oh,
seems
yeah.
to me.
Talk radio is always saying, oh, yeah, we starved the Pentagon for years, even though it's consumed, according to Gore Vidal, more than 50% of the annual budget since the end of World War II, right?
You know, they were used to that Cold War budget for so long, where it was like 85% where it's going to, or something like that.
Right.
I mean, you cut it down to only half of what they're getting.
It's got to look awful.
I know.
It's got to look bad, but yeah, they've been. This is a terrible scandal here about the faked papers. Here's an article by Susan Martin in St. Pete about how George Galloway, a member of the British Parliament, was probably framed by forgeries which were supposedly discovered in a ruin by a Telegraph, which is a British newspaper reported, generally a pretty good paper. And now the Monitor, the Christian Monitor, which also picked up the story, has determined that they are fake. And the scary thing is anyone asking who faked them and why? What do you think?
I think they're still looking for a patsy to pin that on, and then it'll all be cleared up.
Well, I only think of one person who would be who would gain from a forgery, like saying that Saddam was looking for uranium in Nigeria, and would be the Bush administration. They're the only people who would gain something from that being widely believed. And apparently, this isn't the first time that they've used totally forged article. John Sugg in the Weekly Planet showed that in the first Gulf War. Is it Gulf War or Desert War?
Gulf War.
The first Gulf War, there was a photograph of supposed troops amassing on, I believe it's the Syrian border. And General Colin Powell was the person that introduced this evidence to the world as evidence that we should get in there and move fast because there's going to be trouble. Maybe it was troops on the Iraqi border, that was it.
Kuwait. Iraq and Kuwait.
Iraqi-Kuwait border, that was it. Anyway, it turned out that they tried to corroborate these photographs using satellite evidence, and the newspaper went out and bought the satellite photographs, and it showed there were no troops there at all. And then the evidence quietly disappeared, and meanwhile, Colin Powell still got an approval rating so high that most people think he could be the first black president. Astonishing, but true.
Stranger things have happened.
Well, I read that more than 50% of Americans believe in angels.
And the other 50% are angels.
I don't know.
But I find it ironic that we haven't found Bin Laden or Saddam Hussein yet. For the last year or so, we've been hearing that he does use many, many doubles. Let's find a double and just pin it on the double.
We could. But you know what?
Why can't they just find a double then? I mean, fine, you can't find the original, then why is it so hard to find the double? I mean, I haven't
Many
seen-
doubles
I haven't
is-
seen any of the doubles in jail.
That's right, you haven't. Are any of them on the deck of cards?
I mean, I hear all these stories about how Saddam Hussein has like 6 guys that look just like him. Where are they?
You know, interestingly, recently the U.S. have now offered a reward for Saddam Hussein. And you know what that means? It means that the DNA evidence came back from the human remains of that big crater at the onset of the war when they fired those huge missiles at that building where he was supposed to be. So it probably proved he wasn't in there. So now they think, okay, he might be out there, and let's offer a reward and see what comes up.
Yeah. There's I'm not sure because it could just be the Bush administration putting out some stuff, but it's talk that the French and the Russians helped out a little there. The Russian ambassadors elected to stay in Iraq during the time of war. Then their convoy got shot up. 2 limousines, I believe, we took out. Didn't see the flags or something.
Really?
You know, yeah, they were
Friendly
selling Iraq.
fire?
Well, I don't know if it was true friendly fire.
That's
It may
a
have just
beautiful
been like,
oxymoron, by the way.
Yeah.
yeah, friendly fire isn't friendly.
Huh.
Was the old saying. Nah, but I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I was told that I just missed it. Who was it?
I didn't hear that
Miss
story.
Brookfield told me that she just saw on CNN that like 2 Russian limousines with the ambassadors got taken out by American fire. But they were reported selling. I don't know why the Bush administration would make up this. I mean, that Russia was selling because, you know, no one would really want to go on a major war. You know, that's just not the Black Hat of Doom.
He can't resist a newspaper.